Welcome to today's webinar entitled Digging Deeper into Peristomal Itching, the Invisible Peristomal Skin Concern. This session is part 2 of a 2-part series on peristomal itching. If you watched part 1, that's great. If not, you will still be able to follow along with this session and may choose to watch it at another time. Today, we will dive deeper into itching, an often overlooked skin concern around the stoma. We will discuss how itching is a real issue, identified by both people with stomas and the healthcare professionals that care for them. We will talk about the impact of itching and peristomal skin complications on quality of life and cost of care. And we will discuss some evidence of how ostomy skin barriers that are infused with an ingredient called ceramide may help, as demonstrated in a recent multi-country clinical trial, which is called the Advocate Study. Let's get started. Peristomal skin itching is a common occurrence. We hear about it regularly, though it can be overlooked because the skin might appear like nothing is wrong. People with a stoma and otherwise healthy skin often complain of that need to scratch sensation. A study was conducted in 2016 to explore peristomal itching when the skin is intact and free of redness. It was conducted in the US and UK with 164 people living with a stoma, and in the US and Canada with 259 wound ostomy continence nurses. The study found that 87% of people with a stoma surveyed reported peristomal itching. 36% of the time, though, they said their skin appeared healthy. In addition, 71% of nurses surveyed said they recalled a time when a patient reported itching while their peristomal skin appeared healthy. Why was this important? Well, itchy skin has a negative impact on quality of life for the person living with an ostomy. We spoke with a few individuals about what it is like to experience problems around their stomas. This is what they had to say.
My stoma affects me in positive and negative ways, and this is most apparent when the skin flares up around the edge of the stoma. When the skin does flare up and becomes painful and pinched and sore, the closest thing I can compare it to is wearing a pair of shoes that are a size too small. You're always aware of it. You can't make a move without something feeling like it's going to leak or pancake or burn, and it's a constant itch. You cannot escape the itch. It's a very, very particular itch.
You're really frightened to take the bag off and put another one on because you know it's going to be painful when it comes off, and it's going to be painful when you put it back on again. And in between times, the skin does sting quite badly. It gets red, inflamed, looks quite angry.
When I get sore skin, I tend to think that it's normal for stoma patients, and I try and just like wait until it goes away. And then when it doesn't, after a number of days, that's when I seek help.
It will impact me mentally. I will become very, very depressed. The anxiety will go up. I am less likely to go out. I don't want to go out and use disabled toilets because if the skin's bad and it takes a longer time to change it and clean it, you get people trying to hurry you up. So it raises your self-awareness in a negative way. It makes me less likely to hug people. I won't cuddle up to my daughter so much, and I'll keep everyone at arm's length. I kind of retreat like the hermit on the hill.
So as a stoma patient, I sort of want to forget that I'm wearing a bag and have a stoma, but when my skin is irritated and hot and itchy, it makes that impossible. So it means that I'm thinking about it all the time and worrying about it when that's not the way I envisioned having a stoma to be.
When the skin is calm and healthy, I'm less aware of my stoma. I'm more likely to socialise, go out with family and friends. I'm not so distracted at my job. I am present in the moment and I can focus on what I'm doing. It makes me happier within myself, more outgoing, more relaxed, and reduces anxiety and depression. On a good day, it's good. On a bad day, it can bring things down very quickly.
Thinking about peristomal skin complications more broadly, there is further evidence of the impact of peristomal skin complications, or PSCs for short, on quality of life. Research was conducted to look at the health-related quality of life of a person with an ostomy to determine the impact healthy and unhealthy skin around the stoma has on a person with an ostomy. The research identified that someone with a stoma and healthy peristomal skin identified their overall health-related quality of life at a similar level to the average person, which means that as long as their skin is healthy, once a person has adjusted to their stoma, they are able to live a normal life. However, this changes dramatically when a peristomal skin complication develops. The more severe the complication, the worse the quality of life. Maintaining healthy skin around your stoma can be a challenge, but not doing so can be costly to your wallet, to your time, and to your daily routine. Current estimates of usual ostomy supply costs in the U.S. range from $100 to $300 per month, depending on insurance coverage and usage. Problems with the skin around the stoma can create difficulty with keeping a pouching system in place and may require the use of other ostomy supplies in addition to barriers, which will lead to higher product usage and higher costs. Difficulty with keeping a pouching system on could also mean less time spent doing things you enjoy with the people who are important to you, and the discomfort skin issues can cause can make it difficult to enjoy life. We were just talking about some challenges in the U.S., but remember, peristomal skin complications are a global problem. They are not restricted to one country, product, or healthcare environment. The prevalence of skin complications within the ostomy community, as well as the impact they have on quality of life, provokes us to ask what can be done to help address peristomal skin complications and help people living with ostomies to maintain healthy peristomal skin. Let's look at this situation in another way. Thinking about the total ostomy population, research tells us that up to 75% of people with an ostomy will at some point have skin complications around their stoma. Research also suggests that some people may not realize they have a skin complication. Instead, they may believe that a problem, such as itching, rash, redness, or bleeding, is normal for someone with a stoma. So, the number of people with skin complications could even be higher. Yet, even if people recognize that they are experiencing this kind of problem, fewer than 1 in 5 of them, about 16%, seek help. So, what can be done here? We know that practicing ostomy care routines can help maintain healthy skin around the stoma. For example, it is important to establish healthy skin cleaning habits. Skin barriers adhere best to clean, dry skin. Soaps and cleaners are generally not recommended, as they may leave a residue on the skin that can interfere with the adherence of the skin barrier. It is also important to keep an eye on the condition of your skin. Assess it regularly during pouching changes, looking for signs of rash, redness, or irritation. Remember, skin irritation is not normal. If you discover red, broken, or moist skin around your stoma, seek the assistance of a nurse who specializes in ostomy care. Leakage is one of the main causes of skin irritation, and one way to help prevent this is to ensure the skin barrier of your pouching system fits securely around your stoma. Measure your stoma with a stoma measuring guide to ensure the skin barrier fits where the skin and stoma meet, and fill in any gaps, creases, or folds with ostomy accessories if needed. Beyond practicing ostomy care routines, we wondered, could the ingredients in ostomy products themselves help contribute to skin health? Ceramide is one such example. To understand this further, let's quickly review the functions of the skin barrier. To preserve healthy skin, there are 2 functions of the skin barrier that must come together: fit plus formulation. The right fit for a good seal around the stoma helps to prevent leakage, as well as provide user comfort. The recipe or ingredients inside the skin barrier that touch the skin, the formulation, is equally important. These ingredients work in combination with each other to do three main things: adhere or stick the pouching system to the skin, absorb fluid like moisture from the stoma or perspiration on the skin, and resist erosion, or hold the skin barrier together in the presence of fluid and provide the right wear time. You may be familiar with the terms standard wear or extended wear to describe a type of ostomy skin barrier. This is related to the recipe of the skin barrier. Now there is a newer type of skin barrier formulation called an infused barrier, which contains an additional ingredient such as manuka honey, aloe vera, or ceramide. The CeraPlus skin barrier from Hollister Ostomy Care is an example of this type of skin barrier. This infused barrier has all of the same characteristics as other skin barriers: adhesion, absorption, and erosion resistance, plus the added benefit of ceramide. What is ceramide? Ceramide is a natural component of the human skin that acts as the skin's natural protection against dryness. It links together cells in the upper layer of the skin to form a waterproof barrier. It helps prevent water loss through the skin that can lead to damage and dryness. This is important because damaged and dry skin is more likely to develop skin issues than healthy skin. One way to think about how ceramide works is to think about a brick wall. In this example, the bricks are like the cells in the upper layer of the skin. Ceramide is the mortar between these bricks of cells, helping to protect them. Because the water is inside the skin, having this wall in place makes it difficult for water to pass through out of the skin so it does not get dry. When this waterproof protective barrier is as healthy as it can be, it may help minimize the impact the external environment has on the skin, especially peristomal skin that is at risk for leakage and frequent skin barrier removal. Also, when skin is rich in ceramides, moisture cannot escape, decreasing water loss through the skin, sometimes called transepidermal water loss, or TOOL, which helps keep the skin hydrated. Hydrated skin is not dry, and it does not itch. You may have seen other products like cosmetics, lotions, or creams that contain ceramide. As you may know, it is not recommended to use any lotions or creams on your peristomal skin because it may interfere with the barrier's ability to adhere to the skin. The ceramide in the CeraPlus skin barrier is infused into the barrier formulation, so it does not interfere with the other functions of the skin barrier. To further understand the potential benefits of ceramide-infused ostomy skin barriers to help maintain skin health around the stoma, healthcare professionals around the world conducted an international clinical trial. The results of this study, called the Advocate Study, were recently published in the Journal of Wound Ostomy and Continence Nursing in the January-February issue in 2018. This study included 153 participants who were people living with a stoma and within 12 weeks of their stoma surgery date, a time frame when people may be most likely to develop a skin complication. This was a global study involving people at 25 different sites around the world, including in the US, Canada, and Europe. It was double-blinded, meaning that neither the person living with the stoma nor their clinician was aware whether they were using a ceramide-infused skin barrier or not. This study was the first double-blinded adaptive design study in ostomy, and this type of study is considered to be one of the highest levels of clinical evidence. Among the results, the authors of the study captured some user-reported outcomes, including how satisfied these product users were with overall performance, prevention of leakage, and prevention of itching. In each of these three aspects, more CeraPlus skin barrier users were very satisfied compared to those who use the control non-ceramide skin barriers. The study had other important outcomes as well. Compared to those who use the control non-ceramide skin barriers, people who used the CeraPlus skin barrier experienced lower cost of care and higher rates of skin complication resolution around their stomas within 4 weeks. We know that PSCs will happen for a variety of reasons. When they do, it is important to have a product that can help resolve these complications, as well as help maintain healthy skin. The Advocate study showed 53% of people using the CeraPlus skin barriers were significantly more likely to resolve PSCs within a 4-week period, compared to 29% of participants in the control group. If you are interested in learning more about the Advocate study, you may visit the website for the Journal of Wound Ostomy and Continence Nursing to read the article itself, or view a summary of the information on the Hollister website. We are coming to the close of this session on itching. As we discussed, peristomal itching is a type of skin concern observed by both people living with a stoma and healthcare professionals. Peristomal skin complications impact a large portion of the ostomy community, and they can have an impact on quality of life and cost of care. This session also helped you understand some things that you can do to help maintain healthy peristomal skin. It reviewed some ostomy care routines, as well as discussed how ceramides, a natural component of human skin, can help protect against dryness that can lead to itching. It also discussed a type of product option, the infused skin barrier, such as the CeraPlus skin barrier from Hollister Ostomy Care, that is designed to help maintain healthy peristomal skin. If you would like assistance or additional resources on the information discussed in this session, or have questions about living with an ostomy, please call Hollister Secure Start Services, and a member of our team may be able to assist you. Hollister Secure Start Services provides free support to people living with an ostomy, regardless of the brand of products you use. Thank you.